Hey guys, and welcome to another #AskD video. This series is where I read your emails, which are 100% completely anonymous when you send me an email to askdivani@gmail.com. I'm also going to start responding to comments as well because I get a lot of people that don't know about that email and they just comment on some of my videos, so I'm going to be incorporating those as well. But yeah, if you want me to read your story and give you advice from little old me, make sure that you email me at askdivani@gmail.com. We're gonna get right into it because I don't know how much time we have because I'm trying to do this during my baby's nap time, so let's get into it. All right, so the first one that we're reading, it's, "Hey Divani, I need your guidance. I'm planning to run away from my toxic Orthodox family by year 2026 because that's the year when I'll get my graduation certificate. I live in India and I hate this education system because we have to wait until 21 in order to graduate. You are so lucky that you ran away at 18. Currently I'm 18, however, I still have to wait 2 more years to leave this toxic family. Can you please guide me and tell me what to do? Because I got the same situation as you. They found me dating and took my phone away." Okay, so I actually had no idea that you had to wait until you were 21 to graduate. I don't know how the education system is in India. I feel like it might be similar to like the European model where it's like primary school, secondary school, correct me if I'm wrong, but maybe you are talking about college. I'm not sure because I had never heard this, that you have to wait until you're 21 to graduate. So maybe it's a degree, I don't know, correct me. But you didn't really get into the toxic nature of your family. I'm wondering if they are toxic because they have just very high standards, because you mentioned they're Orthodox, so it could be that. I don't know, you didn't mention any like abuse or anything, so I'm really praying that you're not enduring that, because if that's the case, that is probably, obviously you don't want to be in a toxic environment, but if you're not experiencing abuse, then that is probably the more ideal situation. And then you said you have the same situation as me. I don't know if you watched my whole video, but I did have some trauma with experiencing SA, so that is the reason why I ran away, not because of my boyfriend. And I think that some people don't watch the video in their entirety and they don't know that, but yeah, so I ran away because I was SA'd and I happened to be dating my boyfriend, now husband at the time. And I feel like I have some advice about this that I feel like people don't usually want to hear. You are 18, and I feel like when I was 18, I really did think that I had things figured out, even when the things that I didn't know how they were going to play out, I was like very firm on what I wanted. But I had no idea if my husband and I were going to work out, and we had only been together for a very short amount of time, and on top of that, we were so young and very immature. So I'm very grateful that we did work out, but to bank your whole future on a person that you don't know is kind of a lot, and it might not be the safest option to do that. So I would say, if you're able to, I would say to make sure that you complete your education. Like you said, you're planning on moving out in 2026 when you're finished and you receive your graduation certificate. I think that would be the best thing to do, because you're able to, obtain your certificate and you'll have more stability and options when it comes to working. And then when you're ready to move out on your own, and this is the decision that you're making to better yourself and not because you want to just be with someone that you don't know if they're going to be a part of your long-term future, I think that that would be the safest option to go. Now, since you didn't mention any abuse, things of that nature, that is what I would lean towards, and not towards just like running away now and trying to be with your boyfriend right now. And I'm really sorry that they found out that you were dating and they took your phone away. That's obviously, at the age of 18, you want to have a little bit of independence. You want to be able to communicate and, explore options and all those type of things. But since you are still living under your family's roof, it is a little bit difficult to navigate that. So I know that that's probably not what you wanted to hear, but I hope that this advice kind of reinforces you to really take your education seriously so that you are able to set yourself up for the future. It's not going to be that much longer that you're living with your family. You're gonna have a whole life ahead of you that is possibly filled with your own family, your own spouse, your own kids. So just keep your head in that direction, that this is not your forever and that it's going to get better and you're going to get out of it. Praying for you, and I hope the best for you. All right, here's the next one. I hate when people say things like, you're an adult, you can just leave the house. Actually, as a woman with no car, it's nearly impossible to leave. I live in a dangerous area and some exes know where I live and have threatened my life. One even put a pew-pew to my face, and so it would be dangerous for me to walk outside and to go places. It's very risky to just leave, for me, and for other women and people too. Not only that, some people have abusive parents that are actually crazy enough to beat you up if they find out you left without their permission. So saying just leave to someone in an abusive situation isn't helpful. Another thing, if I leave and walk out and go somewhere without my mom knowing, it'll just make her go into a narcissistic rage. And when I get back home, which I don't want to experience because it's exhausting and traumatic and draining to have that happen. Still living with my toxic parents at 25 is my nightmare, but that could very well be me. I'm still struggling with money right now. I only have a couple hundred right now. I'm trying to save up for a car, and hopefully I do so and I can do DoorDash for extra money. Okay, so you didn't mention where you live, but I want to assume that you live in the US because you didn't specify. So I actually did a quick little Google search and I was able to find some organizations that they're probably nonprofit, I'm not really sure, but you can also look it up with your area in the Google search. Look up for some organizations that are able to donate cars, and you can explain a little bit about your situation, see if you qualify, and you may be able to get a donated car. I definitely think that you can also, that's the first thing. The second thing is, you said that you live in a dangerous area, and on top of that, there's dangerous exes that have threatened you, your life. Some really scary things have happened to you. So definitely I would say look into learning self-defense. There's also tutorials on YouTube if you're not able to go to a class at a place. You can practice with a friend if you have one, or by yourself. You can also look into getting things like safety, devices like pepper spray, tasers. I have this little alarm thing and it was pretty inexpensive. You pull the pin out and it's like a really blaring alarm. So it doesn't actually hurt someone, but it would scare them off so that if anyone else hears that going on, they don't want to be caught up in that. So that might be something that's helpful as well. And obviously not leaving the house, if you can leave the house without those things, would be probably really helpful. So yeah, the donated car, the safety things. I would say do another search for maybe a local church or online therapy that's free so that you can be able to talk through your problems, get into community with people that are going to be able to help you. It's so important to get into a community that is actually near you in person, because there are so many resources out there, but I feel like people don't know about them, which is really sad, but they may be able to get help to get out of their situation. So yeah, and you're definitely right. Even though you're an adult and you feel like people think that you can just leave, that's definitely not the case. And this is why I have this series, because everyone's situation is not the same. So we can get into it and get personalized, I guess you could say, personalized advice to whatever is going on with us. And not only that, but we have a community here, so someone else that's hearing me tell your story can comment if they know something, and we can just help each other out. So I'm really sorry that you're going through this, and yeah, it's not a nice situation to be in. I hope any of those things that I said was helpful. I'll also leave some other resources that are US based in the description. I am from the US, so that's all that I am. I'm familiar with just this area. So I know that a lot of people that email me or comment are from other countries, and I'm just not really familiar with other places, so I'm sorry about that. But US resources I will always have in the description of my #AskD videos. Alright guys, that is all I have time for today. I will catch you guys in the next one. Make sure that you follow me on Instagram, TikTok. I've been posting a lot on there, a lot more consistent than YouTube. So if you want more of me, make sure you follow me on there. And also make sure you subscribe, hit the bell notification so that you're always notified every time I post. And yeah, I love you guys. I'm praying for you, and I'll see you soon. Bye.